times in one night, Catherine de Medici's terrifying wedding night. Soft, mysterious background music starts. A faint ticking clock and distant echo of a cathedral bell. In the year 1533, under the shadow of the grand city of Marseille, a royal wedding was set to take place, one that would forever shape the destiny of France and cast a dark shadow over one of Europe's most powerful dynasties. The bride was Catherine de Medici, just 14 years old, a member of the powerful Medici family of Florence, known for their influence, wealth, and some whispered, dark dealings in the occult. The groom was Henry, Duke of Orleans, the second son of King Francis I of France. It should have been a union of joy and diplomacy, a bond between France and the Papal States. But that night, something far more unsettling happened. A night that history remembers not for love, but for fear. The first nightfall. The celebrations lasted for hours. The Medici family spared no expense. Golden banners, flowing wine, and the echo of violins filled the palace halls. But when the music faded and the guests drifted away, Catherine found herself alone. The French courtiers watched her with suspicion. She was Italian, foreign, and unwanted by many at court. Even her groom, Prince Henry, was said to still be obsessed with another woman, Diane de Poitiers, his much older mistress. That night, as Catherine entered her bridal chamber, the candles flickered violently. Some said a gust of cold wind blew through the windows, even though they were tightly shut. Catherine shivered, not from the cold, but from the strange sense that she was being watched. Later, the servants claimed they heard 3 screams echo through the corridors before silence fell again. No one dared to check what had happened. The second shadow. The following day, Catherine appeared pale, silent, and shaken. She said nothing of what happened that night, but one of her maids whispered that the queen had seen a shadow standing beside her bed, tall and faceless. When she tried to call for help, her voice failed her. The shadow whispered her name 3 times. Some believed it was a bad omen. Others said it was a warning from the Medici ancestors, who had long been rumored to dabble in forbidden arts. Years later, Catherine herself would be accused of practicing astrology, alchemy, and dark rituals within the walls of the Louvre. But on that night, she was just a frightened young girl, alone in a foreign palace, haunted by unseen forces. The third time, as the third night approached, Catherine's nerves were frayed. The torches along the corridors burned lower than usual, and an unnatural silence filled the palace. Just after midnight, a servant carrying water claimed to see the bride pacing her chamber, whispering to herself in Italian. She was said to have drawn symbols on the floor with chalk, forming circles and stars, marks of protection, she later claimed. Then, as the clock struck 3, a crash echoed through the royal hall. The candles in her room all extinguished at once. When the guards rushed in, they found Catherine kneeling on the floor, crying, trembling, and clutching her wedding ring. She never spoke of what she saw that night, but in her private journals, she wrote only this: 3 times the night visited me. 3 times I was shown my fate. A queen born from fear. Catherine de Medici would go on to become one of the most powerful queens in French history, mother to 3 kings, and regent of France through some of its darkest times. But even as queen, she was haunted by visions and omens. She kept a personal astrologer, Nostradamus, by her her side. She built hidden chambers filled with astrological charts and black mirrors, and those close to her claimed that the queen still woke in the middle of the night, hearing whispers that only she could hear. Historians debate whether Catherine's 3 nights were real or symbolic, representing the 3 turning points of her life: her marriage, her rise to power, and the bloodshed of the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre years later. But for those who believe in the unseen, they say those 3 nights marked the beginning of France's most cursed dynasty. So, was Catherine de Medici truly haunted on her wedding night? Or was it the beginning of a destiny written in shadows? Only history, and those who dare to dream through it, can decide. Sleep well, and beware the night that visits thrice.